So Ryan, just to give you a heads up, what I'm doing right now is basically what's going to happen. That's about it. So last time I was here, I had a puppet on my hand, but it's hard to do that with yourself so much. So I brought a song, and usually it's pretty comedic, but this time it's a little bit of a fall season. I want to do something a little more somber or maybe sober. But I come from a place called Cranesville. It's a little hamlet a couple miles past Amsterdam. And a couple years ago, my father retired from General Electric, and I never knew what he did. I had no idea. I just had no clue what he did all day. And then when he came home on his last day of work, he had a big chest of tools in the back of his truck. It was so heavy that he had to get the tractor and the bucket loader and pull it off. And inside were all these metallurgical tools, because apparently that's what he did. He had all these metal files and calipers and anything you could use or need to manipulate metal with. And so most people get like a boat or something when they retire, or they go on a trip or spend time with their grandkids. My father decided to go into commercial logging. And instead of getting like a cool car, he bought a log skidding winch. It is a hydraulic implement for the back of the tractor, 3-point hitch, and its main purpose is to drag a log through the forest from where it's felled to a place where you can pick it up and put on a truck and take it to the mill. Real exciting stuff. So like, where somebody might be waxing their car on the lawn, he's got the log skidding winch and he's dragging logs across the field. I was making fun of him a little bit, I was like, hey, come on, do something nice, do something fun with all the time you put in your time and worked real hard, and maybe you should go on a vacation. But instead he got some insurance, and he lined up a couple gigs with the Rostowski brothers, and he went into commercial logging, just doing little stuff here and there. This was a few years ago. And a couple weeks later, after he got that winch, the hurricane hit. Yeah, that was fun. So it rained, and it rained so hard, and the field out behind the house, it turned into a lake, and I had a little plum tree out there, and the earth was so filled with water that the plum tree fell up. It fell upwards out of the earth and into the sky. And I ran out in the middle of the storm and tried to put it back in with a sledgehammer and a fence post. And down in the hollow, the Evaskill Creek rose up and jumped its banks and was flooding people's homes all around those 9 bridges. And along the walls of the valley were waterfalls lining up and down with rainwater spurting down in great brown rivers. And then a tornado came. We watched from the basement through a Lexan window as the tornado cut a swath through Cranesville, all the way down from up the top by 67 down to the river, about a couple hundred feet wide, a mile long, and it was a clear-cut path right down to the bottom. And the last thing the tornado did before it ended up by the river was it tore off all the limbs and the elm trees in front of Rose Thimbluski's barn. Then when it touched the river, it vanished and disappeared. The next day I went down to the church to drop off some supplies, and I saw everyone standing out down there, just in the middle of the road, not sure what to do next. Bev Prislow was in the church kitchen mixing up a big pot of coffee, and everyone seemed so lost. And then I heard a noise, kind of a throaty roar, and a sound of a transmission sliding down a real steep hill, then a throttle up and a choke and kicking up in road gear, and around the bend comes a big orange tractor with my father behind the wheel. And the one thing in the world we needed more than anything else that day. The log skidding winch. Ginger Creek is flooding, our canoes will go so far, over the rocks and the broken dams, to the hills with purple stars. I will take my backpack, and you will bring and the tractor's in the muck. Mr. Prisblow's towing out his old rusted truck. He waves as we ride past him, the current whisks us on. Only the towering pitcher plants can see the map we've drawn. Ginger Creek is flooding. Still flooding. It's still flooding. Thank you, Orion. You're the best. Ginger Creek is still flooding. And for days we're drenched by rain. But a thatched roof above the water was knit by flying cranes. They warble in their nests, and they give us bread and fish, and a pebble from the whirlpool they say will grant a wish. Ginger Creek is flooding in a town of melted crayons. Paddling under the bridge we watch the townspeople just stand. Their faces look so distant, as if they were locked in dreams. They can't even see us within the blue-green steam. Ginger Creek is flooding, now the water tastes of salt. Dark mud and clumps of marigolds drag us to a halt. Wading to the beach plums, the end of our winding path. This creek has borne an ocean from its flooding wrath.